everybody and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making flatbreads. I think they're possibly the easiest flatbreads you can make. They're made out of yogurt and self-raising flour. Flatbreads originated in ancient Egypt, although many different cultures use different versions of flatbread. For example, you've got the naan bread in Afghanistan and India. Then in Central and South America, you've got the tortilla, which we've already made. You've also got pittas that are commonly eaten in Greece. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 different ways that you can produce this flatbread, including simple flatbreads, then we've got stuffed flatbreads, then we've got calzone, which is kind of like a stuffed pizza, and then we've also got mini pizzas, or you can make them as a big pizza. It's totally up to you. We really like it, and we often eat it with a curry, or we have it as a pizza, but I hope you like it too. Anyway, let's get on it. For the ingredients, I'm not actually going to give you specific measurements. It's 1/3 plain yogurt and 2/3 self-raising flour. Cooking with fractions is actually quite common. We also know it as cooking with ratios. So I've got 1 pot of yogurt and 2 pots of flour, and this is going to make my dough. Another way of looking at it is 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 equals my whole ball of dough. Once your dough is combined, it will look like this. This was done with a different size pot, but the same ratio. We are looking at 1 part plain yogurt and 2 parts self-raising flour. You will need a little bit of extra flour to dust the surface just in case the dough gets sticky. In another note, any yogurt works, including vegan products. Mine is coconut yogurt. Gluten-free flour also works for this recipe. Here's the equipment that you'll need for your basic flatbreads. A mixing bowl, a rolling pin, and a frying pan. Of course, before we start, you must wash your hands and clean your surface. Here's the method. Firstly, put all of your ingredients into a bowl. Make sure you get it all, and I use a knife to stir this to start with, just because I don't want my hands to get too sticky. You're going to mix it so most of it's combined, and once you've done that, you put your hands in and form a rough ball. Turn it out onto the surface, including the extra flour that's in the bottom, and then you're going to knead it until it's smooth. All those little pieces should combine into your dough well. If it gets too sticky, you're going to add a bit of flour. I knead it for about 10 minutes, and then it becomes quite smooth. I'm about halfway through. Let's compare it to the other ball of dough. Actually, this looks a lot smoother than this one, so I need to knead the big ball of dough for a little bit longer. Time to get back on it. We need a bit of elbow grease for this. Once your dough has been kneaded well, you can let it rest for about 30 minutes and it will become smoother. Okay, let's roll. So I'm going to dust the surface again and the rolling pin because I don't want the rolling pin to stick. I'm going to break off a ball and then I'm going to form it into a circle shape. Cover it in flour and roll till it's about 3 millimeters thick. I'll show you what that looks like. See, about that. Dust it off a little and move it to one side. For more even sizes, you can divide your dough into portions like we did with the tortillas. I did mine in 8ths. I'm just going to pull it apart, and then I'm going to roll each portion into a little ball to make it easier to roll later. You always need to make sure you dust your surface and roll them out to about 3 millimeters thick. If you don't dust your surface, you'll end up with a sticky mess. Okay, so let's cook. Starting with option 1, plain flatbreads. Put your pan on a medium to low heat, and then with no oil, place one of your flatbreads down. You're going to cook it for about 3 minutes on that side, or until it puffs up like a cloud. Sometimes you need to add a little pressure to help it puff. Once it looks like this, you're going to flip it over and cook it for a further minute. Option 2 is stuffed flatbreads, and then option 3 was the calzone. So prepare any ingredients that you want for your filling. It could literally be anything. For the calzone, just fill one half of the circle, and for the flatbreads, you'll need to fill the whole area. You always need to leave a bit of an edge so that you've got something to press down. For calzone, you're going to fold it in half and press the edges down firmly. Once you've done that, you're going to fold them over and crimp it. This will stop any leaks. For the stuffed flatbreads, you're going to place another one that you've rolled on top and then press the edges down firmly on both sides because you don't want any leaks, it will burn. The fillings can be sweet or savoury. For this one, I added butter, cinnamon and sugar. It's the same filling found in cinnamon rolls and it is really tasty. Cooking the stuffed flatbreads. When you cook the stuffed flatbreads, you're going to use the same method as the normal flatbreads, but you need to cook them for 4 minutes on either side because they are twice as thick. Cooking the calzone. The calzone needs 4 minutes on either side too, but you can put them in a preheated oven with a temperature of 200 degrees fan or 220 Celsius. You cook them for 8 to 10 minutes until they're golden brown. Option 4, the pizza. For your pizza, you'll need to cook them in a preheated oven at 200 degrees fan or 220. Place your rolled dough on top of a baking tray. The floured bottom should stop it from sticking. Press the centre down, it adds a bit of a crust. Then you're going to add your sauce, not too much because otherwise you'll make it soggy. Add your toppings. I just use mozzarella, you can use what you want. It could be cooked meat, peppers, pineapple, olives, onions, or even something sweet. Once all your toppings are on, cook for 8 to 10 minutes until golden brown. Check out that crust, golden and delicious. Check out the results. So from that recipe, I've got sweet stuffed flatbreads. I've got lovely cheesy garlicky calzone. Then I've got pizza and my savoury stuffed flatbreads, again nice and cheesy. And then my flatbreads. I can do anything with these. I can freeze them and save them till later. If you cut the top off, you see how puffy they are. You can add sandwich fillings to this or do whatever you want really. Dip it in hummus, up to you. Anyway, it's question time. Can you think of another way you could use the flatbread recipe? Once you've cooked, what went well and even better if? Which variations did you have a go at and what was your favourite? And where did flatbreads originate from? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to post your photos on Dojo. Keep creating, keep baking, keep safe, have fun. Bye!